Hi guys, I'm a bit out of sorts because I'm filming in the evening because that just worked out that way, but yeah, we're gonna go for it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ingeborg. The channel's name is A Stitch Too Far and I talk about my stitching. Lighting is weird, everything's weird. Okay, let's just stop talking about that. How have you been? I hope you're all doing well. I'm dealing with the darkness that is November and now December. Yeah, not for me, but yeah, we'll hang in there. It's getting close to where I want to get out all my Christmas decorations and start putting up the tree, but I don't think it's gonna happen this weekend, so next weekend. Yeah, I've been mainly working on small ornaments for my Christmas tree, and I've done some some finishing on those that I will show you, and actually not showing anything that I'm currently working on because it's just halfway through a small ornament. I'll show you next time. So I've been mainly making ornaments from this magazine, just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2018. Yeah, been fun. I have been modifying them to suit my own preferences, mainly making them a tiny bit smaller because I like the smaller ornaments. And last weekend I did some finishing with the help of Vonna Pfeiffer, of course, the Twisted Stitcher. I will link her channel below. She has lots of good tutorials on how to fully finish things, and with some extra help from Lori Cicolone from the New Jersey retreat. Her Flosstube channel is Once Upon a Stitch. I hope that's right. I will link it below as well. She gave us all, when we were at the New Jersey retreat, she gave us all some chenille for finishing, and I've found that they were good to use for the ornaments that I made. So, in no particular order, just going to show you my finishes. This is number one. Just a little wreath and a little star in the center, and the chenille finishing and on the back. I really like this one. I used the sparkly fabric that I got at the Handwerk Boutique when I was there. Yeah, really pleased with that. Then we have a little cardinal, again with the fabric backing and the chenille. I was planning to use different hanging cords, but as usual I wasn't thinking when I was finishing, and I already glued together the both sides before I added the hanger, so I had to sort of fiddle the hanger in there, and then the cording was the best solution for that. Oh well, when will I learn? Then we have a little sheep. This time I did remember to put in the hanger first. I had those fabrics left over from last year, I think, when I made the wall hanging. And then two similar ones with some pom-pom trim on the edge and different fabric. I really like these. Last year I made one of a similar design, so I try to be consistent in the colors that I used. Yep. And then of course I made a drum, again with aid of tutorials by Vonna, and this time it worked out a lot better than my stand-up. So I adapted the design in the magazine to my own colors that I had in stash, and just without the Merry Christmas, because I try to avoid English in my ornaments. And then another piece of fabric that I had left over just for some contrast, and I sewed together the ends of this ribbon and then sewed it onto the top. And it kind of works, so yeah. I might do some more embellishing on this, but for the moment it'll work. Yeah, and then I had Plum Street Samplers in my stash from last year that I didn't get to. 1831 Christmas, and I decided to stitch it, and I did do some modifications on the colors because I like the colors that are shown here, but they're not quite all, well, at least not the dye lots I had, comparable to the true color in real life. So I changed up some of the colors in the poinsettias, and that's about it. I think the rest I had in stash. Oh yeah, and I changed the date, because the date 1831 refers to this type of sheep, that the first year that they were introduced in the United States, and yeah, that didn't really mean anything to me. So I looked up one of my favorite Christmas songs, which is Silent Night. And that was first performed in 1818, so I just changed the date to that. And here's my finish, again with thanks to Laurie for the chenille. I'm really pleased with this. Yeah, it's a little bit more contrasting in real life. The snowflakes show up a bit better. Yeah, and then the backing fabric is just something I had in stash. Yeah, really pleased. The chenille I just sewed on with a whip stitch. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. And then I have a finish, but I haven't fully finished it. I bought this again at the Handwerk Boutique when I was there. I really liked the color scheme, and I didn't have the right fabric, so I picked vintage country mocha fabric. But for the rest I used all the similar colors that are called for, except the stars. I didn't have that yellow, so I just used something that looked similar. And I'm pleased with them, but I think I would have liked to have a fabric more close to the actual color shown here, because I don't think the contrast is that good, but it'll do. So yeah, here's my finish, and as you can see, again I wasn't paying close enough attention when I was cutting it out, and I actually cut a little bit close to the edge, but I'm going to try and finish it like this, and I think it should be okay. If not, then I'll find another way of finishing it. Yeah, real cute. So, that's all the stitching I've done. I must say I'm kind of overdosed now on Christmas ornaments, so I still have two to make for my, I always make a card for my the guy and the girl who deliver my newspapers. So I'm halfway through those, but should be okay, should be done. And then that's it, and I might just go and stitch something completely different. Although maybe when I have the tree up, then maybe I will be in the mood again for some more Christmas stitching, but we'll see. For now, those ornaments, and then I kind of want to stitch on something else, but I'm not sure what. Yeah. I had some mail, and I forgot to show one last time I did a video, but I have some really special cards, because I have never had a Halloween card before. Well, actually a National Candy Corn Day card. Because Glenn at Southern Stitcher sent me one, and she made a needle case made out of a candy corn. So that's gonna go into my travel bag, I think. Thank you very much, Glenn. I really appreciate this. And then I got a Thanksgiving card from Kathleen. Look how cute. And again, I've never had a Thanksgiving card before, which is really nice, so thank you very much, Kathleen. And then one more thing, because I was in Amsterdam 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think almost, yeah, time flies. But I was there for a conference and I slipped out during the lunch break to go to a local quilt store. I will link it below because it has really nice Dutch style chintz and traditional fabrics and all kinds of good quilt fabrics. But they also have a line of Aboriginal art fabrics. And I still need to figure out how to fully finish my husband. So I thought I would take him with me and we would make a nice day out of it. Oh shoot, I'll have to pause and get him out because I want to show what I got as a fabric. Back. So, for those of you who are totally confused about who my husband is, it's a running joke about this Aboriginal fish design that I did. I think I finished it this year or last year, not sure. But I still have another design to go here, or to go here with a turtle. But for now I just thought I would get the fabric because I want to make it into some kind of wall hanging. And this is the fabric that I found at the store. It doesn't look like really Aboriginal, but if you close up, you might recognize the wattle. Was it Mary Rose who did a piece just recently where she also stitched the wattle? It's one of the national flowers in Australia. And this is, let me see, Gathering Bush Tomatoes, designed by Audrey, and I'm going to butcher this, I'm sorry, Nangarai. I will, oh, maybe this is readable. I think it should be clear. So I thought the colors were nice, complementary, but also enough of a contrast to make it into a nice wall hanging. So I'm not going to do that straight away because I don't know if I want to keep both the fish and the turtle that's going to go here together and make it into one hanging, or make two separate hangings. So until I figure that out, at least I know I have some fabric that will suit it nicely. And then, while I was there, I decided to bring along my Witches of Salem piece, which is this one, which I recently finished, and see if I could find something to complement this and to make it into a wall hanging. And I must say, people at the store were very helpful. They had a good eye for colors and patterns, and they really helped me out, because they first brought me this, which has a pin dot, which is hard to see, but it has a darker pin dot pattern in it. And this is Pin Dot by Anbo Textiles. It's like a military green almost, brownish green. And as you can see, it complements the greens in the fabric really well, in the stitching. And then to add a little bit of flourish, I looked for a rusty red fabric and I found this, and this is showing clearly. And what I will do is add and this is Macaur. I don't think I have the, yeah, it's cut off, but it's a Macaur design, UK fabrics. And what I intend to do is add sort of a double border, like a double, matted look like this, just to get some of the accent of the red in the several places in the design. So that's something maybe for a Christmas holiday. I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. But yeah, I was really pleased that I found those fabrics. They were decently priced. So yeah, I will link the shop. If you're ever in Amsterdam, check them out. They are close to all the. They are between the Dam Square and the station, so every tourist basically walks that way anyway. That's it. What else I've been doing? I've been mainly fiddling with computers because I'm installing a home network, which is taking some time, but I hope that if everything works out, it should be a lot easier to share my files between all my different devices, and maybe save some upload time as well for my videos, to upload them to other appliances. So, and I've been doing a lot of reading. I must admit I haven't not been doing a lot of Flosstube watching, and my Flosstube watch later list is just only growing at the moment, so I don't know what to do about that. I just basically go and pick and choose some that I have time to watch. So if I haven't been commenting on your videos, I'm really sorry. It's just not, I've just not been having the time to do it. I have been reading some books, and the last one I read I thought I would talk about because it's sort of a Dutch fact. And that is, it's called Judas or Judas, and I think it will come out in English translation in 2019, so next year. So I will put in a picture of the book in Dutch as well as the anticipated English version here. And this is a book by the sister of one of the biggest criminals, as far as we know, in the Netherlands. They were responsible for, among other things, the kidnapping of Freddy Heineken, the chairman of the Heineken beer company. That was in the 70s, I think. He was kidnapped with his chauffeur and kept hostage, and they paid a ransom, and the ransom money was never recovered. The guy was arrested for different charges, and now before I started muddling all my facts because I didn't really prepare, basically he served sentences, but not necessarily for all the crimes that he committed. But the book is written by his sister, who I think a year or two ago finally made a decision, which was for her a very risky decision because it would mean that she might end up dead, as most witnesses have. But she has decided to become a witness and go talk with the judicial department and basically tell them all that she knows about what her brother had done. The book is about basically what kind of family she grew up in, why she made the choices she made in her life and in her career. She is actually a lawyer. And what difficulties she had with her last name being so well known in regards to criminals. And it's also about how she finally came to that point where she was able to go and make a statement about what she knew about her brother's criminal activities and what that meant, what risks that involves. Yeah, it was really interesting, made me a bit paranoid. But yeah, it was really interesting to get her perspective and to really get into the mindset of this person and how he operates. And yeah, that was really interesting because he's not just a smart criminal, but he has a psychological approach to how he plays out different people within the criminal circuit. And yeah, really interesting. And it's very current because at the moment there's the trial going on where she's actually one of the witnesses testifying against her brother in court. And yeah, basically she's under surveillance constantly because yeah, she's afraid for her life, because it wouldn't be the first time that this person was able to get someone executed or killed by criminals while being in prison himself. So he has lots of strings and power to pull something off like that. So yeah, that's about it. Other than reading, I've also been playing some more games. No Man's Sky I've picked back up again. And been enjoying a couple of hours in that. That was fun, but yeah, basically that's about it. Ornaments, and reading. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Short but sweet, I guess. I will probably be back around Christmas time. Not sure if it will be, probably be before Christmas, not sure. We'll see. I hope in the meantime you all have a couple of good weeks. I hope you are all doing well. I know people are struggling with their health, with their job, with relationships, with mental health. You know, I'm thinking of you, and I hope you are doing well, and I wish you a good 2 or 3 weeks, and until we meet again. Bye guys. See, I knew I forgot something because I'm going on a trip in February. Orietta from Orietta Stitches contacted me and invited me to come and stay at her place and visit Venice and have a good time and just catch up. And I said yes, I would love to, and we emailed backwards and forwards a bit about what time would be best, and I'm going there in February. Yay! So I'm gonna fly out to Italy and meet up with Orietta and spend some good time with her, and maybe go to Venice and check out the area. She was talking about going to an LNS in her area and maybe meeting up with some other stitches as well, which would be awesome. And then after that I'm gonna spend a few days in Florence because I've never been, and yeah, I just want to go to all the places in all of Italy where there are museums and beautiful things. So yeah, gonna do that. So basically taking a week off in February to do that. So yay! And there's another thing, I am working on a Dutch retreat. Like many other people who organize retreats, I am giving priority to people who have been to the previous one. So they have been signing up, and once I know how many places I have spare, I will make a official announcement for people who really want to try and get another spot. And yeah, there will be very limited spaces available. Unfortunately, I want to keep this retreat small, and that means that there might be just 2 or 3 spaces available. If you're interested, there is a waiting list where you can email me, and I will put you on the list to be emailed as soon as I make the official announcement. That way you might have an advantage. My email address is in the thingy at the end of the video. It will come up. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, it's going to be in April, so yeah, going to be good. More details to follow when I know how many places I have available, but I just thought I would give you a little bit of a heads up that this is coming. Bye guys!